So is our next guest worried about all this dysfunction in the GOP? Republican Florida Congresswoman Paulina Luna joins me now. Congresswoman, great to see you. I saw you when you were running for Congress. Good to see you as a Congresswoman.
Thank you.
Let me just ask, what do you think about the move to vacate yet another GOP speaker?
You know, to be determined right now, as Chad Pergram had actually pointed out, that's been yet to be called up. That means that we might not necessarily even vote on it. But what I will say is, you know, if people are frustrated about the spending package that just went through and was passed, remember, it was Republicans that voted for it. I was not one of them, but many of my colleagues did. And so what I'm telling people is, if you're frustrated with Capitol Hill, stop sending us the same people that are simply part of the problem. And if I could just add to, for a moment, you know, Representative Greene had stated that there were members leaving. She's actually correct. There are members that I believe have intentionally designed this to cripple a Johnson-controlled majority and have been leaving in order to prevent us and bring us to a gridlock. So if you are constituents in those areas, I just, you know, I'll tell you this, the swamp is alive and well in Washington, D.C., unfortunately.
Now, you were, the majority of Republicans were against the spending bill. There was a lot of stuff in there that clearly didn't belong in there, a lot of bloated government stuff. But they were also upset at the fact that Speaker Johnson did not give Republicans the 72 hours required to read through the entire bill before voting on it. Was that of concern to you? And has Speaker Johnson gotten the message that that's not acceptable?
Most certainly. In fact, the Freedom Caucus actually met with Speaker Johnson. And the fact is that, you know, there was a ton of stuff in that bill. The 72-hour rule, yes. However, I still would have been no on it because of what was contained within that bill. And as you saw, there are many things that go against what Republicans stand for and nationally message on. But I'd also like to point this out. Again, you know, we are really projected to, if this is a down ballot race, according to President Trump's polling, President Trump will be projected to win the White House. I think that we're going to do good in the Senate. But, you know, Congress needs to get it together. And I say that as a member of Congress. And so, you know, we'll see what ends up happening in the next couple of weeks if that motion is even called up. But what I can tell you is right now, I'm not seeing an overwhelming amount of asks from people back home asking me to vote, because I believe a majority of people are concerned about taking back the House this November.
Congresswoman Luna, I wish we had more time, but there was a lot of breaking news in this show. Good to see you. Thank you. Please come back and see us again. Appreciate it.